In this video, we want to confirm the given derivative. So in an earlier video, we computed this integral here, evaluated this integral, and we got this answer here. The square root of x squared minus 9 minus 3 secant inverse of x over 3 plus your constant of integration. So this is really a practice problem on computing the derivative, checking your answer to a integral evaluation. So again, take the derivative of this expression and show that we get the expression on the right side, which was the answer to the evaluation of the integral from the previous video. So let's start right here. Derivative of the first expression here, and just think of this as x squared minus 9 to the 1/2 power. So we're going to have x squared. So we have x squared minus 9 to the 1/2. And then we go ahead and just 1/2 times the coefficient here will give us a 1/2. And then we subtract 1 from the exponent. 1/2 minus 1 will give us a minus 1/2. And then using the chain rule, we take the derivative of the expression x squared minus 9 into parentheses here. So that'll give me a 2x. Then we can go ahead and multiply this out here. The 1/2 and the 2 cancel. So I'm going to put the x out in front. So we get x, and we got x squared minus 9, parentheses, and that's to the negative 1/2 power. The constant, no problem. The derivative of a constant is 0, so that's out of the way. And we got the minus 3, and then we're taking the derivative of this expression right here. Inverse secant of x over 3. So the formula for that constant comes along for the right, so we'll have the minus 3 here. And then for the secant inverse of x over 3 is the derivative of x over 3. That's 1/3. And then it's over the square root of x over 3 squared, which would be x squared over 9 minus 1. And then in front of this, we have the x over 3. That's the formula. So computing the derivative, again, of the secant inverse of x over 3. Derivative of x over 3 is 1/3. And then whatever this is here goes in front. X over 3. And it's the square root of this quantity squared. I get the x squared minus, or x squared over 9 minus 1. And then it's just a matter of simplifying. So we'll look at this as, got the x over 3 here. And I'm going to factor out a 1/9 out of this from the radicand here. So this leaves me just with x squared. Then this will be minus, this will have to be a minus 9 then. We multiply, we get 1/9 times x squared gives me the x squared over 9, and 1/9 times the minus 9 gives me the minus 1. So that one checks out. Let me just mark this out now. Replaced it. And then since I have this 1/9 factored out, and I can just break it up into 2, and this becomes the square root of 1/9, which is 1/3. And of course, this 1/3 and the minus 3 here would cancel that out. And then the denominator have the x over 9. X over 9. Remember, I took this out here. So all I have inside here is x squared minus 9. 1/3 and the minus 1/3 and the minus 3 canceled. And then I just multiply through by 9, numerator and denominator. So what I have left then is this. Let me just rewrite what I have over here. X squared minus 9 to the minus 1/2. And then multiplying numerator and denominator by 9, I get a minus 9 on top. The x stays there. Then I have the square root of x squared minus 9. So let me just go over here now and say this is equal. Go into this area over here, and let me rewrite this as x over, it's a negative 1/2. So I'm going to take this to the denominator. Changes the sign of the exponent, so this will be x squared minus 9 to the 1/2 power, positive 1/2. And then I've got the minus 9 over x here. And then I've got the square root of x squared minus 9. Now we got this right here. So let's combine this. Remember, this is a 1/2 here, so this is the same thing as square root of x squared minus 9. So let's get the same denominator here. I'm going to multiply the numerator here and the denominator by x. So I'm going to get this. On top I'll get the x squared. On the bottom I'll write this. This would be x squared. Square root of x squared minus 9. I'm multiplying by x on numerator and denominator, so this will give me an x down here. And then this is going to be minus 9 over x square root of x squared minus 9. So now I have the same denominator. X squared over x times the square root of x squared minus 9. And then I have minus 9 over x again times the square root of x squared minus 9. So let's just put this as one expression here. So I got x squared minus 9. Same denominator. So I just put the denominator here. X square root of x squared minus 9. And then this is equal to, I get this. I want to get this right here. Think of this as power here is 1. So this is 1. It's just 1/2 power. So if I simplify this, I can subtract the 1/2 from the 1. Would give me, this would be then 1/2 power. So that's just the square root of x squared minus 9. Okay, so this now just canceled because I subtracted it, the exponent from this. So it's the same thing as canceling those out. And in other words, this reduces the x squared minus 9 to the first power over the square root of x squared minus 9 simplifies to the square root of x squared minus 9. What do I have down here? The x. And that's your check. And at the same time, of course, it confirms that the derivative of this expression does give you the square root of x squared minus 9 over x. So it's a practice on derivatives. At the same time, check in a previous integral. Thanks for watching. See you next time.